we had a dream about putting up a refinery, one of the most foremost banks that actually supported us is Afrexim Bank. Under the leadership of Professor Oramah. I think at that time, we even didn't know what we were doing. That's the truth, really. We just say, okay, fine, maybe 300,000 barrels per day. From 300,000 barrels per day, we now change and say that, no, let's go to 400 because the biggest was 450, built by Saudi Aramco. And later on, we say that, no, let's do what has never, ever been done in the world. You know what? The only person, apart from our own cycle of group, there were just, I think, 2 of them or 3 of them. Professor Oramah, and I remember Ole Alake said that, please, Alaji, maybe try and give a call, put up a call to George Elombi. Maybe he will give us a support. And I think at that time, Herbert Wigwe with Ike, together Access Bank, Zenith Bank, these were the major people that actually believe in this dream. And of course, Femi Otodola also believed that, yes, this refinery will be possible. It was something that has never, ever been done before. We said that we want to build a refinery that is 50% bigger than whatever has been built by the multinationals or by sovereign nations. I remember Dr. Fale, who was Minister of Energy, invited me for breaking of the fast in Mecca. And I went to see him. This was about 6 years ago, when he was Minister of Energy. And he said, well, after we broke the fast, before praying, he said, Aliko, I heard that you are building a refinery. I said, yes, Your Excellency. Well, let me give you advice. My advice is that refineries are only built by multinationals or by sovereign nations. I said, Your Excellency, sorry, I'm not looking for an advice because I'm already in it. So that was now really how we went on. But this one, I'm only saying this before I even read my prepared speech. But, I want to tell the world that without Afrexim Bank, Dangote Refinery, petrochemical, the fertilizer wouldn't have been possible. That's why, you need a bank of your own. And that's why really I'm a prophet of saying that we must push for very strong African banks because you don't need to talk much. Nobody will ask you to bring your great-grandfather's certificate of birth to borrow money. So really, I think the right bank is Afrexim Bank, and I think really Professor Oramah, under your leadership, you have actually done what nobody really expected you to have done. What Afrexim Bank has actually done, you turn our dreams into reality. We had dreams, but when you had a dream is a dream. You need somebody to help you to turn those dreams into reality. And I think anytime when I was a bit down, actually, when we were building this refinery, the moment that I called Professor Oramah and started talking about this refinery, he will give me more energy. And I said, no, here we go, let's go again. So really, I must really thank you. You've been a very, very good, brother. But Your Excellencies, like what I said, and also the board. Let me recognize the board of Afrexim Bank. And one of them, of course, very, very troublesome. They're expecting me to call, I think it's Anil Dua. He's the most troublesome one. And I'm sure I'm sure all of you know that, yes, the most troublesome person in the bank's board is Anil Dua. So today really is a bittersweet moment. It presents a time of a deep reflection and immense gratitude. However, as Africans, our culture is such that we all embrace the finality of a journey. This is a phenomenon that has been ingrained in our oral traditions and way of life from our ancient forefathers and elders. As an entrepreneur that has visited virtually every corner of this great continent over the past 4 decades, I've had the honor and privilege of meeting presidents, prime ministers, statesmen, women from all walks of life. Indeed, I've seen the good, the great, bad, bold, beautiful, and the ugly. The man we gathered today to celebrate, Professor Benedict Oramah, represents the best of qualities amongst us. You have actually been a rare gift to our continent by the Almighty God, a man whose ideas have not only enriched Afreximbank, but also inspired governments, businesses, and communities to believe in the boundless potential of Africa. Indeed, you are a symbol of being committed to the African continent post-epitomized. Professor Oramah and his team at Afreximbank revolutionized how this trade finance development institution viewed connecting markets on the continents. Through his vision, belief, work ethics, and ability to see around the corners, he pushed Afreximbank not just to facilitate trade and connect markets, but equally important, the creation of these markets and ensuring that they are a sustainable and viable markets. In conceptualizing our biggest challenge at the Dangote Refinery, the construction of our 650,000 barrels per day petrochemical and also our fertilizer plant, which cost over $22 billion for the 3 projects, the type of support we received from Professor Oramah and the institution went beyond classic funding support in its various shapes and sizes. It included strategic advice, and most importantly, they were biggest cheerleaders. There were many nights that I reached out to him to brainstorm on a variety of issues that could go wrong when engaged on a project of this size. The magnitude of this project and the complexity. He also listened patiently, and I found his counsel full of wisdom and presented with great clarity and conviction. I remember during COVID-20, it was, I think, 2021, beginning of 2021, when the entire world stopped, and I called Professor Oramah that, look, you know, this project wasn't a project financing. It was just a project under our own balance sheet. I know the entire world has stopped. What do we do? I think by the time that he went in, he spoke to his team, we spoke to Access Bank, First Bank, Zenith Bank, we came out very clean. In those 2 years where the world stopped, we did not stop that construction, and everything went on with the support of Afreximbank under your leadership. You are a great mentor. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I make bold to say when the story of Dangote Refinery and petrochemical complex is being told, a development that is gradually transforming the energy security landscape in Africa and has already disrupted many markets globally. The role of Afreximbank will certainly be mentioned, but the architect of this historic and iconic painting amongst a few others is Professor Oramah.